I'm not in a bad mood. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? I'm in a good mood. Like, see my floor? I finally got some leg room. Ah, that's better, ain't it? A lot better than that last stream, right? Yeah. There's a lot of work. Son of a brass. I'll fix this. Come on, chill. There you go. Good camera. So, yeah, much better. You know that computer that was down there, it was taking up all that space earlier in the last stream. That's my future video transcoder machine setup. You know, I had to set up a 32-bit system because all my video transcoder USB accessories are made by ADS, which is a company that existed like 20 years ago. I gotta have like 3 of them, and they're all basically equal. They can all basically do the exact same thing, which is take either an S-video or RCA, which is the 3-colored, you know, yellow, white, and red cables for video that look just like component cables, but they're not like 5, there's 3. That's what we used back in the day. And, yeah, I have this third box that can actually accept 1/8 of an inch mini cable connection, which is like a headphone jack, okay? It'll take that for audio, as well as S-video, and I think RCA. Ultimately, all I really need is the RCA input. If I want to take a goddamn videotape and make it into you know, an MP4, that's usually what I go with, because I know MKV is pretty goddamn trendy these days. The Markovian process video format, or whatever. I don't know what the hell, Malkovian, something Russian. Oh, it's the Matrushka fucking video format. You know, I don't know. I hear that it's like copyright free, trademark free, DRM free, something like that. You know, I don't really give a fuck. Like, making shit in MP4 has always worked for me. I haven't had to pay any royalties, so what? You know? Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess if I was going to make a video encoder program, I guess maybe I'd choose MKV over MP4, just so that way I don't have to pay anything as a developer using codecs or what have you. But I don't know, do people have to pay money if they make an MP4, you know, encoder? Like, do they have to pay? The developer themselves? I don't know. Like, I haven't tried that one yet, but I'm just glad. I just need to take a break. Alright, I was about ready to rip the last of my hair out of my head, because the hard drive cage that I had for my stinking, whatchamacallit, degeneration! My fucking hard drive cage was like, oh my god, it was the wrong one, okay? It was like for this old school tower case that I had, right? So, I'm trying to put this video transcoder into a rack-mountable case, because I don't know if you've seen previous streams, but I have a big old fucking rack right there. It's about like 4 feet, 4.5 feet tall. I got a whole lot of stuff like a network switch, a freaking stereo receiver, a freaking couple of audio interfaces, as they're called. You know, Firewire-based Focusrite Sapphire Pro 40s. I got a freaking equalizer. I got some good stuff in my rack. I highly recommend a rack, alright? And I'm not talking about a rack. I mean, I would highly recommend that too. Don't get me wrong. Okay? Seriously, yo. Can you see it? We got the right lighting. Okay. No, I'm not a Namco representative. I'm just a fucking gamer, okay? Old school. Represent. OG. But speaking of OGs, man, I just heard this Megadeth song tonight for the first time. It has Ice-T doing guest vocals. That shit was tight. Oh my god. That guy is like an OG just like me. Well, original gamer, original gangster, makes no difference. But what I'm trying to say about that transcoder and the rack mount thing is just, if I could just find the right hard drive cage, like it would have been a lot like less hair pulling. I really did take the pliers and like bend the hell out of this hard drive cage, and you know, it's a good cage, the one that I would like to find, because like you can mount this CD-ROM like a laptop CD-ROM, not like a desktop CD-ROM, not like a fat fucking CD-ROM, but like a little laptop CD-ROM. You can mount it on top, and it's great, but I mean, it would just be nice to keep that, you know, this case with this hardware inside of it, keep it hooked up to my rack, because then I'd be ready to do a freaking VHS video transfer at any given moment, you know? And it isn't like I have that many more tapes to, you know, scan, if you will, but like, I'm never going to get them done with my old setup. My old setup was like a desktop, like a tower case. And like I was saying earlier, I have to have a 32-bit processor in order to run the proper drivers. And so I have to run a 32-bit copy of Windows 10. It's all quite elementary, but, you know, a lot of people don't even touch 32-bit these days, which is understandable. But I have to, unless I get some new video transcoder hardware. And no, don't you try to give me any fucking advice, like, oh, well, JJ, they make new video transcoders for like $10, blah, blah, blah. You don't know my financial situation, alright? You don't have any fucking clue, so don't try to give me any advice on getting new shit, okay? I'm trying to work with what I got, alright? I really am. If I buy any new shit, it's going to be for something I've never done before. Okay? Guaranteed. Because if it's something I've done before, I'm recycling. Alright? Speaking of recycling, I don't know if this is recycling, but this is definitely getting your money's worth. Not letting anything go to waste. Come here. This stuff, I'm so looking forward to Thanksgiving. You're probably like, what? What are you showing me, JJ? It's candy corn. You like candy corn, don't you? No? I heard a lot of people don't like it. I mean, oh, that's a turkey one. It's kind of a weird flavor for candy, I'll admit. Turkey isn't my favorite. And stuffing, that's kind of a weird one too. But this Thanksgiving dinner candy corn actually has some good ones. Like coffee. Like, I've never personally drank coffee with Thanksgiving dinner, but I'm starting to think it might be a good idea. Because I'm getting used to the combination. You know, the turkey, the stuffing, the coffee. Like, it's starting to make sense after this bag of candy. But, and I got green beans. Here, let me see if I can find a green bean. Yeah, here's a green bean. See that green, that little green guy right there? Yeah. That's green beans. It's good. It translates well. You know, like nothing necessarily would make good candy. Like chocolate itself, it's like this bitter, just like coffee. Like chocolate and coffee, they're both these bitter, nasty tasting things by themselves. But if you dump a shitload of sugar and mix them together, it's fantastic, right? So, like, if you drink black coffee, you've got to be like some kind of masochist. You got to hate yourself for some reason. I'm sorry. You should probably get that worked out. Call yourself a therapy gecko. But, like, there's also, what else do I got? Cranberry. They got cranberry translates very well into candy corn. That purpley, reddish looking thing is on. Cranberry corn. No, there's nothing. It's a candy cranberry is what it is. It's not cranberry corn. There's nothing corny about it at all. None of this. Like, for the fact that it says candy corn is merely out of the tradition, I guess, because there's nothing corn about this. Well, which I'm sure Jonathan Davis would be very sad about. No, not really. He probably don't give a fuck. But, oh, man. I was hoping that was an apple pie, but just another turkey. Pretty weird. And why am I telling you this? Because I'm pretty sure this is a rarity. I have not seen this on many store shelves. I don't spend a whole lot of time at the stores or nothing like that, but, like, I did find it in the markdown bin after Thanksgiving when I had to go to the drugstore to get myself some drugs, and that's just like, I was like, I gotta try this. This is something different. Except now I'm getting down to the bottom of the bag. It's like, I hope I can get some more maybe around Thanksgiving time. That'll be neat. Thought I'd share. That was an apple pie one. Yeah! That's probably the best. All American, baby. Woo! Some shit like that. I'm such a patriot. I like apple pie. That's the most patriotic fucking thing about me. Oh, man. After the last stream, I went and watched some people play pinball. That was pretty cool. They were playing the Godzilla table. I was chatting them up because, you know, whenever I fill this cup full of liquid, I'm usually pretty chatty. I don't know. And then, like, in real life, like I am now, like, blah, 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 or with the keyboard going tappity, 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 tap. You know. Doesn't matter. Even when I'm by myself, like, I was listening to the radio, and they're playing, like, I'm hearing some Coheed and Cambria on that Full Metal Jackie show, and they're talking, the guy, Dirty Sanchez, whatever his name is, he requested some Metallica. And I'm just like, oh, great. Another person wanting Metallica. Like, Metallica isn't played enough. Like, seriously, no one ever has to request a Metallica song ever again, right? And it will still get overplayed. Like, that band, Metallica, will still get overplayed if they never get another request ever again. No DJ, no nothing. They don't need your request. It's going to get played. But I guess he had a special request. It's an underplayed Metallica song. Wow, I didn't know there was such a thing. But anyways, I'm like babbling to myself, you know, because I'd rather listen to myself babble than listen to Metallica. All right? And I'm saying to myself, you know, what is this shit, man? Why do you got to be a Metallica fan to be considered a metalhead? Like, I'm not a metalhead, and for that matter, Coheed and Cambria, they're more punk rock than they are metal, but they're probably trying to appeal to metal fans, on Full Metal Jackie's show, so it only makes sense to request Metallica, because it's like you can't even be a fucking metal fan unless you love fucking Lars Ulrich. Alright, I'll refrain from being vulgar, but anyways, you just gotta love the fuck out of Metallica. And, anyways, I'm like thinking to myself, I'm thinking, you know, am I metalhead? I don't know. I mean, like, I'm in that band Radiation Suits. Radiation, like, I am the bass player, and that's probably the closest thing to metal that I've recorded. It's more like power violence, you know, which is, I don't know, that's really up to the listener. I'd call it metal. I would consider it punk rock and metal, kind of a cross blend, not a crossover band like DRI, which is more like thrash metal mixed with like punk rock, but like, I don't know, it would be more like, it's not necessarily thrash. Like thrash, he has a lot of palm mute, you know, and a lot of slides there, and I'm probably mimicking Metallica riffs because I've overheard them. But anyway, hey, I guess, yeah, more hair pulling shit, right? But no, I'm like thinking to myself, I'm thinking, yeah, so, but what, I mean, like what? I'm not a metalhead? I mean, like, fine, I get it. I'm punk rock. I know this. You know, it's like, yeah, and I started yammering off like Megadeth is the shit. I've always thought so. And Prong's hard as fuck. Hatebreed's pretty badass. You know, and even like whatchamacallit, Lamb of God, they're pretty tight. You know, but I mean, if I had to pick like a number one, it'd probably be like what? Judas Priest, maybe Motorhead, Judas Priest, Motorhead. Damn, I can't decide. And I mean, Slayer, they don't even get a number because there's a Slayer. Okay, they get their own category. So what? I ain't a metalhead. Fuck metal. I'm all punk rock. Metal doesn't deserve me. I'm too metal for metal. Yeah, right. Shit. It's all good. But on that note, fuck Metallica. They're my competition as far as I'm concerned. So if you're a metalhead and you hate me because I hate Metallica, well, you're anti-competition. Okay? You're anti-competitive. So why don't you become a monopoly? All right? And why don't you hate democracy and capitalism while you're at it? Okay? Either accept me as a Metallica hater. Hater! He's a hater. JJ is such a hater. Oh my God. You know, seriously, accept me as a Metallica hater or just, you know, become a fascist. It's your choice. I'm going to try to get back to work on my video transcoder box. Or I might just sit here now that I have leg room. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to quit streaming. And if you're in the chat room, thank you. Love you. I'll see you later. Okay? Maybe I'll just do this. I could use some core exercise. Yeah. That's good exercise. Core exercise. Alright. Oh, tally horse. Oh. Just kidding. Alright.